Heidi ho there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here today. Hey folks, today we got a dirty job to do today. We're going to be replacing a wax ring on a toilet. So stay tuned and we'll show you how we get this done. Okay friends, hey, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to reach down here on the left side of the toilet, if you're looking at it, and we're going to cut the water off. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and flush the toilet. Try to get most of the water out of the toilet as we can. And then we're going to pull our top off. We're going to take a look here. And we still have water inside there. Let's see if we can flush it again so we get any more out. Okay, we're not going to be able to get any more out. So we're going to remove this and the lid and lay it out of the way. Okay folks, I got this old shop back here that I've already emptied out, and I took the filter off of it since we're going to use it just to suck water with. So we're going to suck the water out of the tank. Then we're going to lift the lid up and we're going to suck it out of the bowl as well. Try to get as much of this water out of here as we can. Now, with all that water removed from the tank and inside the toilet bowl there, we want to go ahead and reach underneath here and grab our water line, and we're going to disconnect it from the tank. We might get a little bit dripping out of there, so we might want to lay a towel or something down, which we will here in just a second. We'll stop that up. Now friends, with the line disconnector, we're getting ready to take the bolts loose at the base of this thing, but I want to kind of backtrack just one moment. You saw I use a shop vac to suck all the water out, and the reason you want to do that is when you move this toilet off of here, you're going to have a lot of water still up in the trap, and you don't want it leaking all over your floor as you're moving your toilet out of the way. And if you don't have an old shop vac, you can actually use a sponge. Get you a 5-gallon bucket and just sponge as much of that water out of there as you can before you actually take the toilet off of the flange. Now, we're going to reach down here now, and it's going to be a 7/16 or 11 millimeter socket. Will work just fine. We're going to go ahead and take our bolts loose here on our flange on both sides. Here's the left side. We'll move over here to the right side. We're going to take that loose, and then we'll be getting ready to move this toilet out of the way. Okay friends, it's time to get dirty. Now, I'm going to put on some gloves here. If you don't want to get crap on your hands, you might want to do the same. And speaking of that word I just said, one thing that kind of tipped us off here that we needed to do something with this toilet, we noticed one day that there was a little residue of some brown looking material that was kind of creeping out from the base of our toilet here, okay? So that told me there that we actually had some kind of leak, coming from the wax ring. And typically if you have any type of residue like that coming out, that's where the problem is, or you may just have water. But you want to go ahead and address it as quickly as you can, because a leaking toilet, sometimes you won't know it's leaking. Sometimes it won't leak out and creep like that, but it'll rot your floor out before you know it. Okay friends, with both of the nuts taken off of the studs on each side, I'm going to reach down, I'm going to grab this toilet, and we're just going to simply move it out of the way. Oh yeah, there's the nasty stuff. And we're going to sit it over here on an old towel that we have, and then we're going to get busy cleaning up this mess. Okay friends, hey, we're going to reach down here and grab this grease ring, and it's got, as you see, it's got this little rubber bellow that points downward. We're going to throw that right in the trash, and we're going to take our scraper here. Actually, this pulled off pretty easily. I want to show you something. I've actually had this toilet off one time before. You see this metal repair ring here? This is actually a repair that I've done several years ago, and I retiled this floor. And if you notice, I grouted up all the way up against that thing. So if I ever did have a leaking problem, it couldn't get down to my wood underneath the floor. It actually just run right out on the tile just like it did. It done what it was supposed to do. So I probably have absolutely no wood damage at all, because this is sealed up real nice around this flange. If you ever have a toilet out, I would recommend that you spend a little extra time either putting some grout down or what have you, to where if the toilet ever does leak, it runs out and you can see that it's leaking. Don't ever caulk around the edge of a toilet, because you're just asking for problems, because you'll never see that leak. It'll just force everything straight down into your wood and rot your floor. So let's get busy getting this cleaned up. Okay friends, we're getting ready to put the grease ring in place. Let me go ahead and do that right quick. Now, we actually got new bolts in this kit, but I'm not going to use them today. I think we're going to be okay with the ones that we got because they're actually bolted in place from this metal flange I've used before, and they seem to have pretty good integrity. So we're going to go ahead and just leave them right where they're at. We're going to go ahead and remove our ring from the plastic here and get it to come out of here. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're going to take our grease ring and we're going to go and just sit it in place and center it up on the flange there, just like so. And we're going to be ready to set our toilet back in place. Well, let me tell you what I've done with the camera off. We actually leaned this toilet over. I took a little bit of Clorox cleanup, cleaned underneath. There really wasn't that much of the grease ring stuck to the bottom of the toilet, so we had very minimal cleaning to do. And we also use Clorox cleanup all the way around this surface here. And if you take another look, now I can show you a little bit better. You can see how when I laid this towel, I grouted up real close to the flange to where if anything ever did leak, it leaked out where you could see where the leak was. Okay, so let's get ready. We'll put this toilet in place. Okay friends, we're getting ready to set this toilet back in place. This sometimes can be the little tricky part because you got to kind of line your studs up as you're setting it down, which can sometimes be a little tricky, but looks like I got it in place there the first time. So that worked out pretty good and we're pretty centered. So now what you want to do is actually put your body weight on the toilet, kind of press down. If you're a big guy like me, shouldn't be real hard to do. Press your wax seal down, and now we will go ahead and reinstall the nuts and tighten this baby down. Now with our 11mm socket, we will just simply put it on the nut there, on the stud. Now you don't want to over tighten these and crack your toilet. So you just go from one side to the other, snugging it down. Now you want to go ahead and grab this toilet maybe one more time, kind of wiggle it, put your body weight on there again, one last time, and just snug these up. Be careful not to over tighten these things. You don't want to crack your toilet or you will be starting all back over again, except this time you have to go buy a toilet. Okay, so I think we're good right there. Next thing we're going to do is we go ahead and reattach our water line, and then we'll cut our water back on. Now we're going to just double check for leaks on the pressure hose here. Everything looks good. I see no drips on the floor. Everything's nice and dry. Let's go ahead and flush the toilet one time. And we're going to look real good behind the base here. Make sure we don't see any water leaking out. And everything looks pretty good at this time. And I'll probably monitor this for a few days just to make sure that we got everything sealed up good. Okay friends, hey, I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out our dirty job video today. Don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend about us, and like our video. And we will see you again soon. Have a great day.